Good evening, I'm Karen Sullivan, publisher of Orenda Books, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Orenda Books at Bedtime, the Sunday night program where our authors will read from their latest or earlier books from the comfort of their own homes. Right, tonight you're in for a real treat. We'll be hearing from Matt Veselowski, the author of 6 Stories. Last week we launched the third in the 6 Stories series, which was called Changeling. But to take you right back to the beginning, he's going to be reading from his debut novel. I picked up this book at Bloody Scotland's Pitch Perfect event, and it went on to become a W.H. Smith Fresh Talent pick, and rights for a major motion picture have been sold to Hollywood Studio, and we'll have more information on that soon. But this is an unbelievably brilliant book set in a podcast-style format. I'm going to read to you from the blurb. First of all, one body, 6 stories, which one is true? 1997, Scarfell Claw. The body of teenager Tom Jeffries is found at an Outward Bound Centre. Verdict, misadventure. But not everyone's convinced. 2017, enter elusive online journalist Scott King, whose podcast examinations of complicated cases have rivaled the success of Serial, with his concealed identity making him a cult internet figure. In a series of 6 interviews, King attempts to work out how the dynamics of a group of idle teenagers conspired with the sinister legends surrounding the fell to result in Jeffrey's mysterious death. A chilling, unpredictable and startling thriller, 6 Stories is also a classic murder mystery with a modern twist and a devastating ending. Over to you, Matt.
Hello, and welcome to Orenda Books at Bedtime. I hope you're comfortable, snuggled tight into your little bed with your little hot water bottle. Let's have a story, shall we? What's this? 6 Stories by Matt Veselowski. Welcome to 6 Stories. I'm Scott King. In the next 6 weeks, we'll be looking back at the Scarclaw Fell tragedy of 1996. We'll be doing so from 6 different perspectives, seeing the events that unfolded through 6 pairs of eyes. Then, as always, it's up to you. As you know by now, I'm not here to make judgments. I'm here to allow you to do that. For my newer listeners, I must make this clear. I am not a policeman, a forensic scientist, or an FBI profiler. This isn't an investigation or a place I'm going to reveal new evidence. My podcast is more like a discussion group at an old crime scene. In this opening episode, we'll review the events of that day, introducing you briefly to the people present. The people for whom the shadow of what happened in 1996 still remains, like some malevolent, unshakable stain upon their life. We'll look back onto what is to some a simple, open and closed case, a tragedy that could have, and should have, been avoided. To others, though, it is an enduring and enthralling mystery to which there are no clear-cut answers. At least not yet. The dogs all shot off into the marsh and began digging, uncovering their find, heaving at it with their teeth, easing bones from sockets, tearing at soft, decomposing flesh, and depositing their finds at the feet of their masters. Harry and his friends turned on their lamps, and instead of dazzling deer, they shone down upon the decapitated and half-rotted corpse of a child. A child whose body had been missing for a year. 15-year-old Tom Jeffries. In this series, we'll look at the case of Tom Jeffries from 6 different angles. 6 people will tell their stories. 6 people who knew Tom Jeffries in 6 different ways. When their stories are told, you will be able to decide what conclusions, if any, can be drawn from a death shrouded in uncertainty. Sweet dreams.
Thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next Sunday at 8 p.m. for another episode of Orenda Books at Bedtime.